So, a fresh new week has arrived, and here on this channel, that means one thing and one thing only. Every weekend, I post an episode of this series we do called Your Take Not Mine, where I turn to you, the viewers, to give me your hottest NBA takes of the week based on what's going on at the time, and I then choose my favorite submissions and discuss them in a video. This week, the conference finals have gotten underway, and to put it simply, both series have been complete one-way domination, establishing some shocking outcomes and storylines, and the NBA draft coverage has also started to pick up with the NBA draft lottery going down, so of course we have plenty to discuss. In order to submit your takes, I make a community post on either the day of or the day before the video, similar to the one that you see on your screen now, so if you want a chance to be featured in a future episode, be sure to stay on the lookout for that. Before we start though, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. As the 2023 NBA playoffs continue on, PrizePicks is the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy to stay engaged on all of the excitement. All you have to do is pick between 2 and 6 players and the over or under on their projections, and you can win up to 20 times your original entry. Plus, PrizePicks is coming in hot with a new promotion where every single day during the NBA playoffs, one user will win a chance at becoming a millionaire. How it works is that one entry placed after 8 a.m. every day will be randomly selected, then whoever gets selected will be given a 6-pick flex where the payouts include winning $1 million if all 6 hit, $80,000 if 5 hit, and $16,000 if 4 hit, so you still have plenty of time to get in on the action for your chance to be chosen. By going down to the link in the description of the video and using code REFERENCE when you sign up, you also get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. The first take we'll be discussing today comes to us from Mason, and he says that if Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat win the title this season, then it will go down as the greatest championship run in NBA history. When the regular season ended, if you were told that the Miami Heat would be in the driver's seat to go back to the NBA Finals, you would probably have looked at that person that said it crazy-like. The Heat looked like a complete mess in the regular season, with serious question marks throughout their rotation. They lost the first game that they played in the play-in tournament, and were losing going into the fourth quarter of the second play-in game against the Chicago Bulls on the brink of going home with no playoff basketball at all. If the Heat do manage to go all the way and win the finals as an 8 seed after all of that, then this may go down as the most improbable championship the NBA has ever seen in its history. The lowest seeded NBA team to ever win a championship was the 1995 Houston Rockets led by Hakeem Olajuwon, and they were the 6th seed that season. 0 7 seeds have ever won a championship. 0 8 seeds have ever won the championship. Obviously, if the Heat pull it off this season, then they will go down in history forever as the greatest underdog run in NBA history. But going back to the original take, does that make it the greatest championship run of all time? Obviously, it will be up there as one of them, and it will solidify Jimmy Butler as an all-time playoff performer and could even put him in elite company alongside some of the best to ever play the game. But it's tough to call it the very best championship ever for me. That title still belongs to Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks in 2011 in my opinion, because that year Dirk had to eliminate the defending 2-time champion Los Angeles Lakers with Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. They then had to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder when they had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, and then in the NBA Finals, they had to beat LeBron James and the Big Three Miami Heat, who entered that series as resounding favorites. Dirk had no all-star caliber teammates, and that run was arguably the greatest individual run ever against some truly elite teams. And while the Heat have also pulled off improbable upsets such as beating the 1-seed Bucks, I don't think their opposition was necessarily as strong as the Mavericks was in 2011. The next take we'll be discussing today comes to us from AA, and he says that Jayson Tatum will never be able to lead a team to a championship because he's way too inconsistent and can get passive when he struggles. Jayson Tatum is without a doubt a great player, but how great he is has always been up for debate. He's had some big-time playoff performances throughout his young career, without a doubt, and last year the Celtics were literally in the NBA Finals before losing to the Golden State Warriors, but part of the reason why they lost in the Finals was because Tatum came up short of what was expected of him, and even this year, with the Celtics in the conference finals, he's still had quite a few stretches of rough play throughout. The Celtics right now, I believe, are the most well-balanced team top to bottom, with the best bench left in the playoffs, but the other three teams have the edge in terms of star power in big playoff moments. Jimmy Butler is the biggest playoff riser in the game right now, and this is now the second consecutive season that Butler has outplayed Tatum head-to-head in a series. It's really damn hard to be good enough to be the number one option on a team that can win a championship, and it's why historically the teams that come out on top are led by all-time greats. Tatum right now seems to be on the fringe of cracking that top tier of talent, but as the original take stated, he's way too streaky to confidently make the claim that he's there. The Celtics have as good of a supporting cast around him as it gets, so if they as a whole don't turn things around in this series, then I don't think I would be able to necessarily disagree with this particular take. And finally, the last take we'll be discussing today comes to us from Joshua, and he says that Scoot Henderson actually has a higher ceiling than Victor Wembanyama as a prospect in this year's draft. So, with the NBA draft lottery going down this week, and the main event steadily approaching, coverage of the draft has started to ramp up, and of course, Victor Wembanyama is headlining almost every conversation about it. Wembanyama is pretty much a lock to be the first pick in the draft this year, and with his freakishly impressive physical tools and his outrageous production on the court overseas, he seems primed to make an immediate impact as a rookie, but all of that has seemingly been overshadowing how incredible Scoot Henderson is too. Henderson has played 2 years in the G League already with G League Ignite, looking very comfortable against professional athletes since he was 17 years old. He's an incredibly explosive athlete with game comparable to Ja Morant, and absolutely has the ability to be a franchise point guard at the next level. I've said this in videos before, but if Henderson was a prospect in any of the last 5 drafts, he easily could have gone number 1 overall in quite a few of them. Going back to the original take though, I think he actually has things flipped. Wembanyama undoubtedly has a higher ceiling, because his potential as a 7'5" shot-creating rim protector is through the roof, but Henderson, I think, definitely has the higher floor as a prospect. There are reasonable routes that could result in Wembanyama not living up to the hype, because as we've seen with prior prospects that get labeled as unicorns, being tall and lengthy with a three-point shot in your arsenal doesn't guarantee you a spot in the superstar club. See Kristaps Porzingis for an example. You swing for the fences taking Wembanyama because if he fully pans out, then he's a Hall of Famer, but I do believe there is less risk in what you're getting from Scoot Henderson. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you think about the takes we discussed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.